Hello, hi, good evening. Today we are going to learn something new in Revit. Okay, so please watch this video till the end. You will get a better understanding. Okay, what are we going to learn? Today we are going to learn all the tools in Steel tab. This is so important. Please watch this video till the end. Okay, the first panel is for connections. Okay, so you can see the same thing in structures under connections. You can see connections and connection automation. So you know what is it. Okay, so as a quick recap, I'm going to show you how to connect two elements with the connections. Okay, for example, if I take these two columns, okay, if I copy this here, and you can see here. So these are just two columns. These two columns to be connected. This is a concrete pedestal and this is our steel column. This has to be connected with the base plate. Then what I have to do is I have to go to structure and I can go for connections, or I can directly go to steel and I can take connections. Both are same. Before I use this function, I have to load the connection styles. So I have to go to connection settings. You can click here. You can do the same thing in structure tab. You will get this dialog box. So here all the connections will be showing in the left side. You have to select everything and add it to the right side. Okay, so available connection and loadable connection. In case if you want to load a particular connection type, you can filter them out, then you can load to the right side. Okay, you can remove, you can see, you can filter them out. Okay, so you can check the available connection type, select everything, add it to the right side. Otherwise, take all the connections and load it to the right side and say okay. So this needs to happen first. Okay, you have to set the connection settings, and we have parameters only for approval status. So in case if you want to add any more status, then you can do it. So this is for structural connection settings. So once this is done, then you can select the members and then you can go to steel and take connection. So what will happen is a generic connection will be added in between the members, and then you can use the type selector and you can see the available connection type and then select a connection. In case if you want to change this configuration, base plate configuration, if you want to change or if you want to edit type and duplicate a connection type, then you can do that. You have to go to edit type, then you will get this dialog box. So here you can duplicate, you can give a new name, then here we have lots of parameters. These are for information only, so we don't have to worry about those. We have two things: modify parameters and modify range of applicability. Today we'll focus on modify parameters. If you click here, you will get uh, lots of parameters. Okay, so this is the topic. If you click here, then you can expand the subtopics and these are self-explanatory. Once you make the changes, you can see the preview. Once you're okay with the result, then you can give okay. For example, here I have added a flange. So in case if you want to add the flange both side, so before it was just one side. If you want to change it to one side, then you can see this is one side. If you want to change the side, you can select other side or both side. So once you change and once you modify all these parameters, when you're okay, then you can just hit OK and you can apply this to the connection. Okay, so this is about the connection, structural connection. So in this connection, you can customize, you can give a new name, and then you can modify this connection, or you can break this connection and you will get everything as an individual element, then you can modify. So this is a plate and this is again another plate, and these are anchors. So here in steel connections, we have fabrication elements, for example plate, bolt, weld. So here also we have weld, right? With the connections we have a weld mark. So this weld mark having information, so you can use this information through tag. Okay, so we have three fabrication element. Under steel tab we have three fabrication elements. You can use these plates, bolt, and anchor, hole, shear studs. You can use them to make your own steel connection. In case if you want to modify, then you can cut the corner, you can notch skewed, you can also shorten the member, you can put a contour or void through any element. You can also add a parametric cut. These are just cut, these are parametric cut. So that means when you are changing the element, the parameter also will update automatically. Okay, and this work plane we know already how to set a work plane. Okay, so I'm going to show you everything, so watch this video till the end, you will get a better idea. All right, let's go with the connection automation. So now you understand, I hope now you understand what is connection. Now let's go to connection automation. When you click connection automation, so you will get this dialog box, and whatever you see here, these are Dynamo script. So if you want to run the Dynamo script, then you have to click play button. Before you click play button, you have to select the element. Okay, so this is just a Dynamo script runner. Okay, all right, let's close this. Now the next fabrication elements. So in the fabrication elements, we have three component. One is plate. So in case if you think you don't know how to use this fabrication element, just take the tool and then you can just read what is written in the left bottom. So what is written? Click to select, tab for alternative, control for adds, shift to unselect. Okay, that is a good explanatory note. Okay, so here you can see plate. So once you take the plate, and what do you get? You have an option to draw your plate. You just have to draw the boundary, and then first of all you have to set your work plane. That's very important. So you can go to set work plane and pick a plane, say okay, and select any plane. You can draw the plate anywhere, in the concrete surface or steel surface, any surface you can draw. You just need a plane. Just select, then draw the boundary, finish okay. So this is your plate. So if you want to add a building, then you can add. If you want to add a bolt, then you can add. I will show you one by one. Let's go for welding, because we have a plate on a steel member, so we can weld. Just select, and then you have to select the member. Okay, you can select both member, right click, or you can just press enter. So once you press enter, you can select an edge, and just one edge. So you can see this is the mark, and this is holding all the information. So when you have the mark, you can add a tag to it, and you can show them in drawing. Okay, so in case if you want to add a bolt, you can go for bolt, and then you have to select the members. You can select the members, and then press enter or space bar. Okay, just to select the member and then press space bar. You will get this cursor. After that, you have to select a surface and then draw the bolt. This is just a rectangle to draw the boundary of bolt. Then once you click OK, then you will see the bolts are generated. So we have selected both elements. That is why these bolts are connecting, trying to connect to both the members. And you can see, so we have a 2 row and 2 column. So in case if you want to change the number of row, then you can change it to one side. Okay, so if I change to 1, you can see this is okay, so this is holding on to the center of the boundary. If you want to move, then you can move. For example, if I put 0, edge distance 100, if I put 100, this is not moving. Okay, so because it's just one element. So just have to play. Some parameters I can edit, some I can't edit. That means they are not applicable for these 3 bolt. Okay. All right. This is not a best example, but I have just shown how to use this tool. Okay. All right. So let's draw base plate. Select both the columns. Just to copy these here. Okay. I'm going to remove all the modifier. So this is a column. Let's say I'm going to add a plate. I can go to the top view, take a steel plate, then I can set the plane, and I can draw the boundary. Okay, so in case if I have to give some offset, I can give 100. Let's say I'm just giving an offset of 100 mm. And then I'm going to finish. So I got my plate. Now I have to put the anchors. Let's go to steel and take anchors. I have to select the element, press the space bar. Then I have to select the face. So I can also select the bottom face or top face. Select the top face. Then I have to draw a boundary. So in case if you know the center of bolt, then you can draw like these. So you can see all the corners have a anchor. If you want to change the offset, then you can play with these parameters, and you can see this is my anchor. So if you want to change anything in the anchor, you can just go through these instance parameter and then you can change. So let's say I need a grouting hole here. Then I can go to steel. Then I can take a hole. Just select the member and draw a small hole. Finish. So I got 3 holes. Let's change this back to 1. Okay. Okay. This is good. That's all. In case if you need any studs in case in the roof to fix a purlin or in the um, for the deck floor, if you want to add studs, then you can use studs here, shear studs. Just select a surface and add a boundary. You'll get studs. Okay, so this is not suitable for a base plate, so I'm deleting it. So you just have to know how to use these bolt, anchor, hole and shear studs. So in case if you have any doubt, just select the tool and follow the note in the left bottom. The status bar, whatever you get, just read and use. All right, so these are about fabrication elements: plate, bolt and build. So now we are going to see about the modifier. So these are just the cutting tools. Okay, for example, the corner cut. This is made for plate. Okay, so this will not work on any column or beam. This will work on plate. Select and then select a corner of the plate, and you can see this is cutting the plate. If you want to change the dimension, just select the modifier, and you can see the instance properties. You can't create any type, so you just have to change it right away. For example, 40, in case if I have to change the side as 40, if I change this as both side 40 40, then I can change. This will update automatically. So this is about the corner cut. Okay, so the same thing will work on connection also. For example, this is a typical connection. Okay, so this one I have done it with the structural connection tool. So this structural connection tool I used to create this base plate. In case if I want to cut here, I can do it through modify parameters. I can do it through modify parameters. I can also do it through steel modifiers and then corner cut. Just to select the tool and click on the corner and you will get the cut. All right, the next one, notch skewed. Okay, so this is for beams mostly. So if I select this, you just have to click on the end of any column or beam, then you will see this cut. So this is cutting in horizontal and in vertical. So this is kind of a box. You are keeping it to overlap on the column and you do the cut. In case if you want to change anything, same like before. So we are just cutting it. Cut back 150, enter. See here, this is vertically cutting 150. In case if you want to change the distance from axis, 20 mm, if we keep it to 0, and you can see from the middle it's cutting. Since you just go through these parameters, just to do trial and error, then you will get a better idea. Okay, around the beam axis, plan rotation 10 degree. Let's give 45 degree, and you can see how this rotates. Okay, so this is for notch cut, notch skewed. Okay, and so we have another one called shorten. For example, I have a bigger column in case this is the default product I get from a manufacturer, but I need to cut after buying. Then I can show the full length. Then I can go to steel and I can shorten the member. Select and place on the end. So this is placed. Once it is placed, I can select, and then here I can mention how much I should cut. For example, 1000 mm. No, so now it is 1000 mm short. So from the original length, 1000 mm short. Okay. In case if I need this in an angle, then I can do that. The center will be 1000 mm, and then it's going to rotate to the plane 45 degree. The another tool is contour cut. So contour cut is very simple. In case if you want to put a hole in a beam, then you can just select a contour. Then you have to specify the plane. Then you just have to draw the boundary, and then it will cut. In case if you want to add a hole in this plane to go throughout the element, then you can use this tool, contour cut, and select the face, then draw the boundary and finish. And you can see, so this is cutting both the side. In case if you want this circular void on one side, then you can change this boundary to one side. If you want to change it to second side, you can change. If you want it on both side, then you can say both side. So you have to specify the length. For example, this width is around what is this width? 300. Then you have to specify at least 17 centimeter and minus 170. Okay, I hope now you understand how this works. Very simple. Next one. So now we know all the modifiers: corner cut, notch skewed, shortening a member, and contour cut. So the same thing you can do it in a beam also. Okay, but this corner cut is only for a plate, not for any other member. Okay. The next one is parametric cuts. So in the parametric cut, we have notch, then meter join, then cut through, and cut by. So even in these modifiers, you can see once you select the modifier. Okay, so let me just give a tab and select the modifier. Okay, so I have just selected the modifier, and these are parametric. Okay, these are parametric. You can see I can change the parameter, then here also it will update. Okay, once I update the parameter, then the model also updating. These are also parametric, and here parametric cuts. So these are also parametric. I can show you. So these are for a particular situation. For example, in case if I have a vertical beam and horizontal beam intersecting each other, then I can apply a notch. Okay, so I'll show you. So if I remove this notch, I'm deleting it. If I remove this notch, let's say I'm going to extend the beam till here. Okay, so this beam is still here, and we have another beam. So if I want to apply a notch, then I can just directly select them, and then in modify tab we have the same tool called notch. We have the same tool called notch. Okay, you can use this, or you can go to steel and you can use a notch option. Select notch and this will update. In case if something went wrong, you have the connection. You just have to click on this dot. Once you click, that's going to switch the direction. So now we have the notch cut. The second one is for meter. So we have, in case if we have a corner, then I can show you better. Let's say, so we have here. Okay. I'm going to remove the modifier now. Let's say I have these two beams. In case if I want to connect these two beams with a meter connection, then I can directly go to meter, and then you can see all the instance property. In case if you want to change anything, click here. Maybe I can't select now. Okay, so once you take the meter connection, just select these two and then press spacebar or right click and finish selection. Meter connection is applied. So if you want to change anything in the meter, detailed parameter, if you click here, then you will see a dialog box. You can see this is called meter parametric modifier. So whatever you want to, for example, if you need a gap of 6 mm in between these two beam, then you will get it. Bisecting, if you want to create a weld mark, you can add a weld mark right away. Once you create the weld mark, you can just select the weld and you can check the information, weld information you can add. Okay, so here we have two more: socket, socket flange, socket web. Okay, let's say, so I have a connection here. Let's delete the existing one. So just to select these two, go to steel, then select socket. If anything goes wrong, select and click on this dot. Make primary. So this is our socket. Okay, the only difference is there is no gap here. Usually we get a gap. Okay, so let me delete this. Again, select these two and then go to steel and then take socket web. So make this primary, then you'll see this is socket till the web. So you have to decide what you want to do. So you just have to show a neat, clean presentation in the beam model. So you can use a node connection or socket, anything you can use. Select element and go to steel and then apply parametric cut. That's it. Cut through. This is a bit tricky. Okay, so let me show you. I'm going to draw as a new one. Let's go to structure, beam. Let's say this is a bigger beam. And another small beam is crossing. So these are the beams. Let's say this is going a little bit down. Is it minus 100? Minus 100. Okay, so this is the location. So this is has to cut through. So then I have to go to steel, then take a cut through, and then just select both element by pressing Ctrl, then right click and finish selection. Now you can see here something went wrong, right? Something went wrong. And if I switch the primary, and you can see they are not cut through, they are just cut by another member. Okay, so you have to change this parameter. Just select the modifier, it's called a sub connection, and then go to detailed parameter. In the element property, in the element rule, go to mounting notch. If you select, you can see the difference. Here you can see a preview. So now it is cut by this member. If you uncheck, then it's going to pass through. Okay, so once you close, you can see the difference. It's not updated. Okay, let me show you again. Let's mention a gap of 10 mm, and then weld should be 6 mm. If the gap is 4 mm, then weld thickness 6 mm will work. Okay, and then weld type is shop weld. Everything is fine. So filled, contour size, shortening offset, mounting notch. This is primary. Okay, change this to a primary, and we have this here. Something went wrong. I'm just checking. This is to be removed. These both should be removed. Then you will get a cut through connection. So here you can see this is cutting through. Do you see a gap here? I don't think so. Let's make this gap a little bigger. 10 mm. Contour shape exact. Standard gap. Fillet cut. Contour size. Okay. So make this as primary. Now we'll see the contour. You can see the cut. Can you see the cut? You just have to play with these parameter. Then you can find out. Sub connection, go to detail parameter, and then just uncheck these two. Then go for a gap, then close. And you have to specify the bigger member as a primary. Okay, so see here, this big one is the primary. If you want to switch the primary, you can just drag this point here, or you can just click here, make it primary. So you can see the difference. Make this primary. All right, let's go to steel, cut by. Okay, so I'm going to remove this connection. Okay, now these two are clashing. In case if you want this member to just connect here or to be cut by this member, then you can use steel cut by this member. You have to select both, press enter. If you want the bigger element to be cut by the smaller element, just select the connection and make this as primary. Then you can see the difference. Just click here. All right, now you know all the tools in steel tab. You know how a connection tool works. You know what is a connection automation. It's a dynamo rule. So if you want to play the dynamo, then you can just click here, connection automation. Then we have learned how to use fabrication elements, plate, bolt, and weld. And then we have learned how to use modifiers, how to cut the corner, how to notch skewed, how to use notch skewed tool, and how to use a shorten tool, how to use a contour cut. And then we have also learned how to use parametric cuts. So this is nothing but a connection. So when you apply the tool, then you will get the connection. You can't duplicate this connection. You can only make a modification in your instance property. So we have notch connection, meter, and cut through and cut Y. So these are important to learn in case if you're a steel company. These are very important. Just to go through one by one, then you will understand everything. In case if you have any doubt, please write to me. So we have a WhatsApp channel. Go to my YouTube channel. In the homepage, you can find my WhatsApp. Just to go to the channel page. Give me a minute. I will show you. Okay, so this is my homepage. Just click here. Then you can join my YouTube channel. Okay, so this is my YouTube channel. All right, in case if you have any doubt, please text me in my WhatsApp group. Okay, thank you. That's all for the day. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Thank you. Bye bye.